for the progress of language. And language does progress.
And those of us who use it most often before the public bear a great responsibility for the direction of its evolution. In his 30 years as a journalist, teacher of journalism, and newspaper consultant, John Bremer took this responsibility.
Reputation. The badness of bad writing is never visible to the bad writer. A facility, what an ugly word. A facility is an outhouse. If the Pope did say shit, you're going to quote him? You better. I'd fire you. If your paper's character and teach editing, things like accuracy and consistency and suspicion, imagination and fairness and general knowledge and saturation and the liberal arts and all that stuff. In back of it all is the language. And you're not going to get anywhere as a student or as an instructor, as a pro even, unless you are thoroughly immersed in this language, this beautiful bastard language of ours. Volkswagen, I looked around, quite a few of you can't spell it. It's W-A-G-E-N. And a job once in Oklahoma City, and this guy, well, as close as possible to the word it modifies. Volkswagen is having trouble with only one of their T-H-E-I-R, not T-H-E-R-E, for heaven's sake, that's elementary. New models. Okay, I just in person, number, and gender, but they take their case from the clause in which they stand. What? You have to define 7 or 8 terms there. I'll give you, fine, if you get right into it, is consistency. You have to have learned what I call the newsroom. Outside the newsroom, trust everybody. Outside the newsroom, need also a great sense of fairness. Whenever there's a story involving more than one point of view, to make sure that all points of view get a chance to say something. And don't have to be thick-skinned, because it is your responsibility to correct. And I don't just mean the writing, I mean the speech. It's your responsibility to correct their language, and they have to develop thick skins and take that criticism. They can't take criticism as students. They'll never take it as adults. Just listen for the W's. And I'm giving you this just as a sample of sonic associations with words. A widgeon in a Wikipedia. Isn't this fun, copy editing? We're talking about widgeons and Wikipedias. A widgeon in a Wikipedia in which no widgeon ought to be, a widowed, there's the key word, a widowed widgeon was. While in a willow wiki-up, a Wichita, Indian, sat down to sup with other Wichita. And what they whittled as they ate was what had been of late a widgeon's wing. 'Twas thus a widgeon in a Wikipedia, in which no widgeon ought to be. A widowed widgeon was. That's all. And if you don't like that, get out of this business.